If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Cherry blossom. A weeping willow or a birch tree.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you want to be?
A Lorax tree.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Probably be a coconut tree, so I can drop coconut on people.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
I would be a cherry blossom.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
A banana tree.
A palm tree.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
A blossom tree.
A blossom tree.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Probably a pine because they smell nice.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Apple tree.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
I'd be a red oak.
Probably a cherry blossom tree.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
I'd be like a Minecraft oak tree.
Hey Hawks, it's Fernando.
And Riley, and welcome back to the Hawkeye.
There's a homegirls volleyball game on Monday against Laguna.
And another one on Wednesday against Paulding.
There's a cross-country meet on Wednesday at Paulding at 3:15.
On Thursday, there is a reclassification at 5:30 at NHS, so congrats to the students that passed LPAC and are now bilingual.
The higher ed raffle winner for this week is Kyler Holder.
And for Mesa Spirit is Shani Reynoso.
Responsible is Matthew Turan and Stephen Coleman.
And for Respectful is Quade Felix and Aaron Gonzalez.
For lunch this week, it will be a Southwest chicken wrap, a chef's salad, and pizza.
Today is Picture Day retakes, so you'll either have them during advisory or break.
Also, yesterday was Pink Day, so many people dressed up. That's it for this week.
Bye, Hawks.
Hey Hawks, it's Savannah
And Lily.
and here's your news for this week. Over the weekend there was the Arroyo Grande 85th Annual Harvest Festival. The festival included a parade, entertainment, baking contest, scarecrow contest, and a bunch of vendors and booths.
Wildfires flare up forces evacuations in Southern California mountain communities. The temperatures are expected to spike up throughout this week in California.
On Monday, September 30th, this week, Logan Paul welcomed his new baby girl with his fiancée, Nina Agdal. The baby's name is Esme Agdal Paul.
Storm surge near 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts slam Florida. Helene's storm surge caused lots of damage along Florida's Gulf Coast. More than 200,000 utility customers remained without power on Sunday.
On Tuesday morning, there was a crash on Highway 101, which caused traffic backup in Santa Maria. The crash had the first lane on the highway closed.
That's it for this week.
Bye, Hawks.
We talked about if 8th grade and 7th grade girls volleyball did against St. Pat's and Mission.
And we'll also be talking about how the Napomo High School JV and varsity football team did playing against AG High School, and we'll be interviewing Mr. Slater from the cross-country team.
The JV football team lost 7-24, and the varsity football team lost 28-41.
The 8th grade volleyball team lost to St. Pat's in both sets and lost to Mission in both sets.
And the 7th grade volleyball team won both sets against St. Pat's and unfortunately lost both sets against Mission.
Hey Hawks, I'm here with Coach Slater, and we're going to talk about how the cross-country meet went last Saturday.
We ran the Mountain Goat over at Judkins Middle School. There were two hills, and one was a enormous hill, kind of like Mount Everest. Nobody died, but it was a slog. Mrs. Nichols and I are very proud of our runners. We did extremely well, had some good finishes in the top 20, and overall I think our runners are beginning to see all their hard work and practice start to pay off, and they should also start to see their mile times start to drop. So we have another race next week at Paulding, and then we have our Mesa race in 2 weeks at Napomo Park.
That's great. Thank you.
Hey, I heard that you won the Dodgeball tournament. How did you do?
I'd say my team did pretty good. I know I got the winning shot, and Elias got like 5 knocks, but he did good.
Cool. How did you think you did in the championship?
I think I did alright. I could definitely hit more people because championship was probably my lowest game in hitting people, but I think we did alright.
Thank you. Hi, Miss Nichols. How did you do in the Dodgeball tournament?
Third period, won, and we won against fourth period. Sorry, fourth period.
Cool. How did you feel about the game?
I thought it was really good competition between my third and fourth period. Everyone played their hearts out with enthusiasm and excitement, and third period just rocked it.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Dansby, I know that you were a ref for Dodgeball. How did the Dodgeball season go?
Dodgeball went pretty good. A lot of people were playing. Unfortunately, my team didn't win, but one of them was in the finals. It's Lindgren's 4-piece chicken McNuggets won the 7th grade, and Nichols' class won the 8th grade. And they get a pizza party next week, which I don't get any pizza. But there's going to be another Dodgeball in the spring that we're going to have, and that's where you get to create your own team. So let's get ready for that.
Yeah. How did you feel about the championship?
Very competitive, super competitive. A lot of people came out. It was real close. Could have gone either way. So it's a good one.
Thank you.
Bye, Hawks!
Hey, Hawks.
It's Miranda.
And Rocio.
As you know, it's the beginning of the spooky season.
Let's hear about a few of your spooky stories.
Share any paranormal or scary stories?
Yes. One time, about 5-6 years ago, working late at night, probably 2-3 o'clock in the morning, in Napomo, I was driving down Orchard with a partner. There was somebody else that saw this, and we saw an old, bald white guy standing under a huge eucalyptus tree on the side of the road, just staring at us. Nobody else is around, no cars are around, and we thought, So we flip around, disappeared into thin air. Couldn't find him, no trace of him. Creepiest thing ever.
Do you have any scary or paranormal stories you could tell us?
Ooh, that's a really good question. And yes, I remember back like in 2010 when we had just bought our house, we had a door that was being held open by a drawer because the lock didn't work. Anyways, someone grabbed the drawer or something and slammed it and threw open the door in my house. It was crazy.
Do you have any scary or paranormal stories that you can share with us?
Yes. So, not personally, but my mom, when she was younger, she was visiting Mexico with my tias, and they like to go play in the river because they used to collect the carrots. The farm workers would collect carrots and wash them in the river. So they liked picking up any extras that fell in there. And they were hanging out in the river. They were playing. And then all of a sudden, this woman in white comes up, and she had 2 little kids. And this was in the 80s. So this woman was dressed like if she was in the 20s, 1920s. So all white, no shoes, really long black hair. And she had these 2 little babies. And so she was walking across. We didn't have a bridge at the time in that river, but there was a giant tree trunk. And so this woman was walking on the tree trunk, and she had her 2 babies, and then she just placed them down, in the water, and then she just started, dancing away. And when my mom and my tias noticed that this woman was dancing away without her kids, who were babies, and she left them in the water, they kind of realized, it's La Llorona! So then they started running and booked it back to my grandma's house.
Now we'll be talking about the myth on Highway 126.
Along the Highway 126 of Ventura and Fillmore area, there's a lone sycamore tree found at the end of the Sycamore Road, where it meets the end of the highway.
According to the legends, people have encountered a lone lady in white near the tree. She has often appeared surrounded in fog, seeming to float. Usually she appears faceless, but at the time she appeared entirely normal, even quietly accepting rides only, to disappear before the ride came to an end.
Some stories claim that she was killed in a car accident, while others say she was hung from a tree during the Mexican-American War. Fun fact, the sycamore tree is California's landmark, 756. Bye, Hawks!
Hey, Hawks, welcome back to Days of the Week. I'm Jaden.
I'm Aliana.
I'm Andrew.
Today's National Holiday, Cinnamon Roll Day,
Taco Day,
and Smile Day,
and tomorrow's Teacher Day,
Be Nice Day,
and Rhode Island Day.
And that's all for this week. Bye, Hawks!